New, old, forgotten. Get the scope on products with Hot or Not with Keith Peffer. Keith Peffer Puffer. Santa's a little drunk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot or Not, a show about hot new products and the Christmas LED, crazy hobby that we have here. Today, I have the Wizard of Wire, Todd Edwards, and today we're going to be talking about some really exciting new breakout boards that we have out here. They're basically breakout receiver kind of boards. I mean, if you haven't seen these before, you got to check them out. You could get them at wizardofwires.com. And like I said, Todd's here, and we're gonna talk about Wizard of Wires. So, Todd, what is Wizard of Wires? Like, can you tell me a little bit about your site, about you?
Wizard of Wire originally started as a wireframe website, custom made wireframes, and then slowly added some normal stocking items. But with current times, with the coronavirus and everything, it's limiting what I can do on the steel side of things, and through all of that, I always liked building floodlights. So I kind of had that project going for quite a few years already, and that finally started solidifying recently. So I teamed up with James Ohms, Mega Ohm Electronics. If you go to the shop page, oh yeah, you're on the floodlights. Yep, and we made this happen, and these are all hand assembled by both of us.
Wow, that's incredible.
And and that's the 10 watters. These are probably the highest output on the market. Now, we've tested probably about 6 different ones, and we're pushing these to about 1800 lumens. The 20 watts are kind of a showstopper because they're 12 volt.
Mm-hmm.
Most, if not all, that are out there right now are 24 volt. And something new that's coming up is a 30 watt 12 volt.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm very excited for that.
And that will be traditionally, will that also be a 12 volt version?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So like what Todd's kind of saying here is that like traditionally, if you go to like, the traditional sources, China or something like that, you're going to find these higher wattages in the 24 volt range. Which means
30 watt is even higher yet. I believe you got to run a 30 watt off a 36 volt.
Mm-hmm. And so imagine that. I mean, then you have to get a whole new power supply with just your floods. I mean, it's a lot more loopholes you have to go through. So what Todd has at Wizard of Wires are just, really a plug and play situations with your traditional systems in your yard.
Yep, exactly. It's an easy solution for an already majority of people using 12 volt. There is a lot of 5 volt out there, but be willing to bet a lot of those people with 5 volt have 12 volt also.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone's made that leap. I think the prices have kind of come down to that. It's just if you're using 5 volt to get kind of controversial, only quick.
Sure, sure, and your time is worth something too. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, 5 volt is more efficient. There's no question, but you know yourself, it's easier to run 200 12 volts off of one port than or 100 for sure.
Yeah, but also, I mean, you have so what I really loved about, like, I know that's kind of something you're steering away, not steering necessarily away from, but you're adapting to. But something I really liked when you first were making were these kind of leaping deers.
You know what? The leaping deer will stay.
Great, because I mean that's a staple of yours, I gotta say.
Yes, that's absolutely a staple. That's kind of what started the business. So that I'm not ever gonna stop doing that, and I'm not gonna stop doing the different layer star toppers.
Oh yeah. Let me try to find that.
Yeah, there you go, the 5-layer.
Yeah, this is insane. Insanely good. Yeah, that's dense props before there's dense props.
Yes, and you can see both sides of it because it's metal,
Yeah, exactly.
made out of wire. So
Yeah, it's kind of incredible. Do you get kind of uh
now, yeah.
yeah.
So there's a little bit of a new thing coming up there. If you see pixels on the thing, there's some overstock that I'm going to be selling for projects that didn't pan out.
Well, that's going to be great.
Yeah, so we're gonna be very competitive on pixel prices. A certain amount, and
I think that's great to have more sources of pixels. I mean, got to think even last year it was like maybe 5 or 6 people that were really people you can trust to buy pixels. Now it's like it's such a great time for consumers, and for your own store, it's a great time that you can purchase this themselves and then have an avenue to then resell it.
Sure.
People are basically know that you can have a place to go to while you're purchasing because everyone really, we're at that point, right? You're already buying, your prop. It should kind of make sense that you have the pixels go with it too, or not necessarily with it, but your mindset's already on like, how many pixels am I going to need?
Right.
And you're on the website, so.
Plus, it's just nice to have a larger amount of vendors because back in the day, if you were in October and you went to buy some pixels, it didn't always happen.
No.
Now there's a good chance that of all the new vendors, most of them will have what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you got the pixel clips for all your like wired stuff, which is just great. I would not, if you've done the zip tie away before, it's tedious.
It's brutal.
It's brutal, exactly. So
it's brutal. I've done thousands of zip ties, and that's how this was born. I thought there's got to be an easier way, and I did a lot of clipping of regular LED lights on wireframes before that. And I thought, why can't we just design a clip that performs similar to that? And we prototyped that for quite a few months and put it into production.
The spacing on it is a lot better too, no matter what. I mean, you're never going to get a better spacing unless you use clip like this.
Yeah, I mean, you're still limited by the size of the pixel back to back, but you're going to get some pretty good spacing. And even if you get a tighter spacing pixel, wire spacing, you can do even better.
And for the people listening, the prices on these are incredible. For like 1,000, black, white, whatever, is basically under $100. And if you
free shipping.
And free shipping included. And if 1,000 will get you a long ways. So, each clip's a pixel. So.
Yeah.
And and just to kind of back up for prices, because for the listeners, the 20 watts basically $33 or $34. And then you have the 10 watt for right now. It's on sale for $23. So.
Yeah, the 20 watts currently out of stock. There's supplies coming in, a decent amount of supply. So we should be in the next few weeks. We should be ready to go with those, and I'm anticipating a sale price on those also.
Oh, you hear that? That's awesome. So also something that was pretty popular traditionally last year, and I'm sure everyone's going to start getting back into it, is the P stakes. And at Wizard of Wire, you guys sell P stakes at various different sizes as well.
Yes, stainless quarter-inch rod, very simple. Use the clips, leave it all connected, and just tap that into the ground the way it is, and done.
with the stainless steel, you have the advantage of not rusting like rebar would, like and stuff like that. So,
Right.
and the clips are also included, it looks like.
Yeah, the clips are included. Those actually just came in. I did my stainless order came in. I had to get the site updated. I do have those in stock again.
And for the 20, here, I'll get back to the main page. And these are sold in packs of 10.
Yes.
For 20 inches, it's $35. 24 inches is $39, and the 30-inch one is $52.
Yeah, the 30-inch are more of a special order. If you click on the product to email me, just so I can prepare for that. Logistically, it's hard to work with 30-inch, and they're not as popular. So the 20s and the 24s are the most popular.
So basically, if it's 30 or more, you're going to need to contact Todd here. So you can go
24 or more.
24.
I mean, we can do custom sizes, but
but if you the way you're going to do that is you can contact him at the about page, right? Or
oh no, there's a contact us tab up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right here, contact us. So do that, and then you'll be able to contact.
Yep, just send me an email. And
there you go.
Or Facebook, Todd Edward on Facebook.
So, yeah, that's probably the best way now, right?
Anymore, it is the best way.
Yeah.
Emails honestly, they get buried, and it's a hard thing to manage emails. Messages do too, but they're easier to manage than emails.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to get into something I think is just super exciting about this hobby right now. It's kind of like this subset of receiver distribution board. Basically, they're breakout boards that kind of easily attach to your. I'm going to stop sharing here, just so I can get a better view. So right here, I have a HP power supply, and in this little enclosure right here, I have a traditional Mean Well power supply, and with these new breakout boards that are sold at Wizard of Wire and teamed up with James Ohms at Mega Ohms Electronics, they have these. I mean, basically they're breakout boards. What you do is you attach these boards to your power supplies, and what these new ones have that what you traditionally didn't see before is that these are now receiver boards as well. And these work with your Falcon boards, your Colt boards, I think even some other controllers.
I think they're going to play nice with the Alpha Picks. I'm going to be testing that.
Yeah, I think they're yeah.
So they're going to play nice with quite a few controllers. Definitely a Falcon and a Colt board.
Yeah, I've tested both of those so far, and they work flawlessly, just as well as the J board receivers, the Hanson electronic receivers, and of course the Pixel controller, the Falcon receivers. So they work just the same way, but here's the difference compared to all those before them is that these things attach directly to your power supplies. Either your HP power supplies or your Mean Wells. So this means you don't have any kind of wires that you have to kind of attach. These are directly connected to them and pretty seamless. I mean, the Mean Well has its screw holes, but that gives you that crazy lock in there. And once all those screw holes are tightened down, it's not going anywhere. And it's the same with the HP power supply. You plug that I guess I forget what to kind of call that little connector. There's probably a traditional name or a name for it.
Yeah, the name's it's
slipping my mind. Yeah, but everyone knows what we're talking about. You just slide those pieces together, and they plug in just like your old NES system, Nintendo system.
Right.
And it's very satisfying when you plug it in.
It is, yeah.
And once you do, it's really it's in there tight, and it's great. Like I said, there's no wires, so you can kind of just throw these into your enclosures at this point. Have your gland holes and your Cat 5 cable hole, and then that's about it, really. I mean, it's simplifying, I think, receiver enclosures for everyone. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it eliminates for me as a solution for me. It eliminates the need for an extra, uh, like a board.
a breakout board. No,
Not a breakout board,
standoff.
but yeah, a standoff board. Um, especially in like a commercial application where you just want to just time's money. I mean, it's a lot easier to unscrew those, to throw it on and done. And there is going to be a 4mm hole on the flat board to add a standoff if you did want to mount everything to a board for some added on the Meanwhile board.
Oh yeah.
If you did want to add some support to it. Yeah. So we're in that voided area, right in there. Yep.
So right around here.
Yep, right about in the middle there where that green area is, there'll be a 4mm hole. Yeah.
So that allows you to use it like a traditional receiver would, right?
Or to give it some extra support, just to be, if you're pushing out. I mean, it is a hefty board. You got to admit it. It's pretty beefy.
It is a lot beefier than the traditional receiver.
It is.
It's heavier, and I gotta say I think the chips are a little bit better. I don't know. I just feel like they're just more. They're newer as far as what the chips being used compared to what our Falcon receivers are using right now. And so that kind of just gives me a little bit of peace of mind that longevity-wise, it's going to last a little longer. So it's, I think this is the hottest thing to come around right now as far as changing the hobby in hardware wise. In so many ways, for me, it's going to simplify making the enclosures, like I was saying earlier, and it gives me a peace of mind when I kind of like somebody like Ricky, when he's making his receiver boards for, as a commercial product,
right,
something resold, he's got that peace of mind that something like this is going to be even better than what he had before. I have to believe, at least.
Yeah, and Ricky, he's testing our board right now, and so far it's doing great for him. So we'll work with him also on receiver builds. But yeah, it's just it's a neat little board, and all of them are actually. And there's going to be more added to the store. There's going to be regular direct to Meanwhile, just power distribution breakouts. If you don't want the receiver, it'll be a few bucks cheaper, because not everybody needs a receiver. There's going to be also HP breakouts, and it's going to be like a port to diff style board. And I like the whole direct to board theme, so we're making that so all you got to do is it's going to plug right on a Falcon. So just trying to eliminate the extra step of wiring everything.
Yeah. The way that you have, like in this example here, all of them have these, is this ability to have another breakout 25 amps. So because most of these HP power supplies, for example, they put out a lot more than even one receiver can even, take.
Yeah.
So why not, attach another receiver right to that, or, grab one of these Meanwhiles that can be used or something like that. And I think that's kind of cool that you have that ability with these kind of.
Yeah, I mean, James did an excellent job on these.
Mm-hmm.
He did an excellent job. And then we work back and forth with different features we want to see, and we listen to the community too, and we're constantly revising them. And the next batch, we started with the voltage selector was an actual solder pad.
Okay.
So that we changed out to a pin header, where you just swap a header over for 5 or 12 to 24, and we added the hole. I know we're working on data connectivity lights. So when you plug it in, we're still not sure it's doable at this point, but we're working on it. He's working on it.
So really quick, that will tell you kind of if you're receiving the correct data.
Right. When you plug it in, you'll know if all 4 ports are active. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, you're going to have to be connected to the controller.
Yeah.
When you do that, but yeah, you'll know right away if you have any transmission problems.
And so do you kind of foresee, I mean, like, I think, like I was saying, it really simplifies building enclosures. And do you kind of foresee, with these kind of new classes of breakout boards and stuff like that, with what you have already here, do you foresee like the potential of making enclosures that are even UL listed, or being sold by your store, or
yes,
quote unquote the mainstream?
Yeah, that's definitely in the it's on the board of things to do, because then that would be perfect for so many different applications, mm-hmm. commercially and things like that. But yeah, that's definitely something we're looking into.
Yeah, I think that take it quote unquote into the mainstream, definitely. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. That's crazy. And so like I said, I was really excited about talking to you about this stuff. I'm really stoked about, these new kind of diff boards that you're going to be making. It sounds like that's going to be really cool. Because like you said, some people, we have a lot of receivers and stuff like that, but, we're getting into these HP power supplies. We're getting into being able to have these meme wells easily connect.
And for the record, so far they have been working with the cheaper knockoffs. Mm-hmm. I have 2 here that they work with. Clyde, we did a Facebook Live presentation the other night, and they worked on his. So as a disclaimer, they may work. So far, they seem to be working on all the ones we've tested.
You're saying the meme wells doesn't have to be a meme well.
It necessarily does not have to be a meme well. So it was designed for a meme well, but the cheaper ones are higher. Mm-hmm. So, and there's also a terminal protector on it.
Yeah.
So you may have to remove that, especially with the 90-degree board.
Yep.
You'll have to remove that protector. So we already started making some revisions to make the 90 even play better with the cheaper ones.
Okay.
So
I forgot to totally mention that to the listeners. There is a 90-degree version of these. So there's straight coming out of the power supply, these breakout boards, and then there's a 90-degree version. I personally really kind of love the 90-degree version, just for its compactness. I find myself, I have a lot more vertical height with most of my enclosures, that my horizontal space or my vertical space or whatever is limited. So that's what the advantage of the breakout board is, kind of. It just takes the advantage of having more up, space above, and yeah.
Exactly, and the enclosure you have that
mm-hmm.
you were showing us, that's the perfect example
mm-hmm.
of where the 90-degree has its advantages.
Yeah, this is a ammo box kind of enclosure. So as you can see, with even the breakout board, the meme well's laid right flat with the enclosure here, and with that being done, you still have quite a bit of space, as you can see, before you even hit the clearance here of this part. then you also have this whole lid space to talk about. So
yeah, and with that application you have there, I would just, if that was me, I would just take some 3M double-sided tape, put it on the bottom of the power supply, and stick it on that box, and done.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yep. And like I said, then all you have to do is drill some holes for the glands to go in, and you're done.
And that'll support everything in there nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Which box is that? Is that the 30 caliper, or is that the shorter 50?
I believe this is the 40.
Or the 40, okay.
Mm-hmm. I wish they had it. Hang on. It's the 30 cal. 30 C11.
Because I think the 30 is the shorter one, and then the 40 is kind of the same footprint, but taller. And then the 50 is the one I like using for like a pulp board just because I like room.
I'm gonna try to figure out a way. I really like the compact enclosures that Jadiation kind of makes, and with the fence post. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to make these breakouts kind of work with those. I foresee that's possible because there's already quite a bit of height clearance I already have with the design. You have basically 5 inches of height clearance, so that's easily manageable. Not so much with the HP, I don't think. But I already am having problems designing something for that with the compact design. So, but So with the listeners, really quick, so you can get these at wizardofwire.com. These sell for the Meanwell. The straight version is $17.50. The 90-degree Meanwell, and again, I'm just saying Meanwell. They also work, like Todd mentioned, they work with the non-Meanwell power supplies, and those are $19 for the 90-degree. And your HP power supplies, straight as well as your 90 degrees, go for $21. And you also have Dell power supplies.
Which aren't they're not as popular. I don't know how much longer.
I think I have one right here.
Do you really?
Yeah, they're kind of odd and long.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're very clumsy. And those are just breakout boards. Those aren't receivers. But, but the HPs are going to be popular for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Just because their profile is so nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. People, hang on, let's just talk about that first.
Yeah, the amount of power that you're putting out of something. I mean, compare that to a Meanwell.
Yeah, exactly. I can't really just really quick.
But yeah, you get the idea. It's very similar.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Very cool.
It's 900 watts, I think.
Yeah, I think you can get this one is 750, I think, or something. But it comes out to be more than 60 amps.
60 amps, yeah.
Yeah, so that's equivalent of 2 Meanwell power supplies for half the price of one Meanwell power supply. Almost.
Yeah, because we're capable of 65 amps on the 12-volt board.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they're so much more reliable, too. They have just as much protections as the Meanwell, if not more. The only thing I don't like is the plug. If anybody figures out a good plug situation, let's share it. Because other than cutting the cable and throwing it in there and then doing the connection inside the enclosure, I don't know if there's a better way, people.
Just gave me another idea, Keith.
All right. See, yep. Write that down.
That's going on the board right now.
Yeah. It's just like a little pet peeve I have with it. Because other than that,
I do too.
Yeah.
Just make it easy.
Mm-hmm. We have the capabilities. We have the talent.
We really do.
Yeah.
We make a little breakout board that slides right in there, and you can hook your power. You can. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be awesome.
I think we can make that work too.
So, is there anything we kind of want to say else about Wizard of Wire or these breakout boards before we say goodbye?
I think we covered everything. check the website, wizardofwire.com. There's going to be new things added shortly, and the 20-watt floods will be coming shortly, and also the 30-watt, which will be a new product. Very excited for that. And these things are extremely bright. You can just look at the pictures on my website. The one house, it's brick, and it just lights it up. They're amazing, and they're testing very well. They've made it through the whole Christmas season, because I wanted to give them a season before we started marketing them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they've passed with flying colors. So yep. Yeah. So here we are with them.
I think 30 watts is going to be so great for somebody that just wants to flood their whole, their whole yard and stuff like that. I mean, it's been around for the DMX department for that side of the hobby for a while. So can't wait.
And the board is capable of, I think I'm right on this. The board's capable of up to 50. So we need a solution on that enclosure because of the cooling. Mm-hmm. That's going to need some active cooling. So we're not there yet.
But it's good to know we haven't even hit the ceiling, that there is a ceiling, but like we're at 30. We know it can get to 50. So there's still some growth there.
There may even be 100, 150 in the future. You don't know.
Yeah, no. Oh man. Well, just keep up the great work, Todd Edward, and you're working with James and everyone else, Ricky. This shows, we got some great people in this hobby, and
we do.
So, I'm so glad I got to meet you, and I'm so glad you were able to share these products with the community. So thank you for coming on.
Same with me. Thanks for having me.
Everyone.
Once again, the Professional Triers Holiday Lighting Show has raised the bar, teaming up with another awesome sponsor, Zazzle, to provide you, our VIP listeners, with some cool, awesome, one-of-a-kind Professional Triers gear, including the Hot or Not shot glass, the Blinky Flashy Lowdown notebook, the Professional Triers Blinky Gear beer stein, the ever-so-popular David Peace Not a Vendor t-shirt, the must-have Robert Petty Make Rob Great Again t-shirt, the one-of-a-kind Jordan Nash
Do you like my decorations?
t-shirt, and of course the must-have Professional Triers Blinky t-shirt, and much, much more. You can even create your own one-of-a-kind Professional Triers gear. So go to trierswag.com, that's TRIERSSWAG.com, and get your Professional Triers gear today.